What's happening? What? What are we ready? Look, DMV, are we ready to start the NPC IFBB 2026 season? Are we ready? Let me hear you out there, baby. Hey, good morning, guys. My name is Tony Roberts. I'm one of your DMV NPC officials, and I will be moderating this event today. Thank you guys so much for coming out. On behalf of the Shop Gym, Fit and Furious, welcome to the 2026 Viktory In Posing seminars. Give it up, guys. Give it up. Thank you, guys. Hey, look, we have a full schedule for you today. All right? We have a lot of guests. And look, I hope you guys warmed up because you will be posing today. We're going to have some conversation, but the goal today is for you to pose. Get the feedback, pick our IFBB pros' brains, our judges, pick their brains, guys, so you can take homework so we can see you on the stage later on this year. Is that good? Can we do that? Okay, look, the first division up for the day is fit model. Let me see, show of hands, all of my fit model athletes. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about. Guys, way to represent. Look, I cannot do this without my partner in crime, head judge, IFBB judge, promoter. Give it up for Rod Smith. This is my partner in crime, guys. Look, when I call this man right here, he shows up and shows out. So look, I got some news for you. Gary Udit and Bill Sibilia would not be here today because they got caught up in Pittsburgh in weather, bad weather up there, okay? So they will not be here today. But look, don't worry, we got you. We got you, all right? Rod, you got anything?
Yeah, good morning to everyone, and thank you all for coming out. I hope that we give you some good information that'll make your day on stage more successful.
Thank you, Rod. Look, I know you guys are ready. You know us. We're going to bring up our guest for Fit Model. Now, I've seen this young lady compete. I've seen a lot of you guys compete, actually. But I've seen this particular individual compete last year. She did the Ben Weeder, trying to get that pro card. And then the very next month, now understand that Ben Weeder is a natural event, all right? She decided to go to NPC Nationals in Dallas, non-drug tested event, and got her pro card, guys. So for all of my natural athletes out there, look, guys, if you're in shape, you can do this thing. You just have to be in shape, all right? Are we good with that? Now, let's give it up for Regina Perez. Come up, Regina. Now, this young lady, she's doing it big, right? She's all over the place. She's doing all these different seminars, and when she got her pro card in Dallas last year, I met her backstage. She was like, hey, look, can I come to VIP? Can I come to VIP? I said, look, I'm already on the phone with Victoria. All right? Here you go, Regina.
How y'all doing? First of all, thank y'all for coming out. It's early in the morning, so that already shows your dedication and how you want to do coming into 2026 competition season. As he said, I did the Ben Weeder Natural Show, and then going into Texas National. As a natural athlete, you can be very competitive and do well and get your pro card. And so as he said, I wanted to come back here to Virginia because this is where it all started for me. This is where bodybuilding started. So I wanted to come back and give back to the community and share my experience so that you all can be successful on stage too.
Give it up, guys. Give it up. So what's going to take place right now, Rod and Regina, we're going to talk about the criteria, all right? We have another IFBB athlete backstage. Nicole is going to come up, and Regina is going to talk her through the poses for Fit Model. Rod will critique and let you know what the judges are looking for doing those poses. All right? Once we finish that, I'm gonna have you guys come up. You're gonna get on that diagonal line and you're gonna show out. Now look, there's only one box up here. Don't mix the box. Don't mix the box. Don't miss it. All right? Are we good? All right, Rob, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, let you guys handle it from here.
Nicole, come on out, girl. So we're gonna go over two of the poses. You can stay right there. I'll have you do your actual model walk out into this box. So there's a couple different poses with Fit Model. As you all know, it is new. So the first variation we're gonna talk about is the deep twist into that front model pose. So Nicole will have you do your model walk out and go into that deep pose. Okay, girl, you better work it. Her hips more away from the judges. Show that C curve here in the front. Also making sure that this shoulder is pushed forward. So it's the top of the X, middle of the X, and then the bottom below. So we're showing that symmetry here.
And the biggest thing I think in fit model that you have to pay attention to, one, like Tony said, you have to be conditioned. Also, you have to look for balance. Notice she has no overdeveloped body parts. The idea for this class is that anyone who's in shape can actually do the class without a whole bunch of extra criteria. Everything's in balance, okay?
Thank you. As he mentioned, balance, symmetry is what they're looking for Fit Model, and having that confidence on stage. So here we're going to look at her feet placement. So here her left foot is facing forward and her right foot is kind of at a diagonal. So that is something that you'll play with in this front pose so that you have these lines and C-curve in this pose. Now I'm walking around because I'm a posing coach and this is what I do. Critique and make sure athletes are showing their best front pose for their physique. There is no one single way when you're posing. So playing around with the foot placement is going to be important in this front pose. She looks amazing, right? Let's give her a hand clap. Good, you can reset. So we're gonna go into that second pose, which is more front foot facing forward and not so much doing a deep turn for the front pose. Yeah. So in both poses, you're still at a diagonal away from the judges. Shoulders are facing forward. So it's important for both shoulders to be facing forward because if one is facing back, the lines and the balance is going to throw you off when you're on stage. Ultimately, making sure your number is showing, that's very important. You don't want to be in this front pose, but your number is over here. The judges need to be able to see your number so that they can call you out when you're on stage. So I'm going to, yes. So Nicole also has some feedback that she's going to give as well.
Regina's going to get into her front pose because she does more forward facing one and I do that deep twist. So you can see the difference because her entire top body is facing this way, but her navel is still pointing 2 o'clock. Difference where she's not completely twisted this way and then pulling her shoulders forward. The reason is this works best for her body and the deep twist works best for my body. So you have to play around with the twisting, the positioning of this front leg, because Regina could pull it back, and that's going to change the entire way she looks. So if you're coming out on stage and you're showing this first, you just lost all your shape. So if Regina walks into the front pose, can you walk into yours? She's going to show her best angle first because that's the first thing that the judges are going to see. She goes right into it, so she never comes face forward. So the difference is she's twisting but still facing this way and not deep twisting that way.
Girl. So go ahead and go back into your front pose with that deep twist, as we mentioned before, knowing what works best for your shape on stage. We're going to go into her turning to the back. So Nicole, turn to that back for me. You see her smooth transitions going to the back. Here, leaning forward. She should feel like a pinch here in this low back. Knees are slightly bent. Did you have at
Yeah, you don't want to bend the legs too much because when you bend the legs too much, one, you like you're somewhere else, and two, you do. You also don't want to get into the point of trying to show too much glute ham separation. Okay, they do not want that. Okay, so keep it smooth. Find that spot, that sweet spot, and work on that area. Okay.
You brought up a great point. So when you're in this back pose, and for some athletes are quad dominant, how you place your feet is going to be very important, whether it's going to be turned out, turned in, slightly turned, whether you're going to have to turn your knees in so that here your quads are not showing from that back pose. For hand placement, there is space here between her waist and her elbow. Go ahead and put them straight down. You don't want to add width to your waist. You want to show your small waist here by opening up those elbows, that top of that X, middle, and then going down in that back pose. Okay, so hand placement is important as well.
Stay in that pose for a second. We'll see a lot of girls do this. Do you see her thumbs? Pay attention to that. We see it as well. So make sure your hand placement. Some girls get nervous and also try to push. Do that, okay? You don't want to add any sweep to those quads as well, okay?
Yes, do not push and reset for me. Shake it off. Yes, posing is hard work. So definitely condition yourself after your workouts, posing, practicing, because you can reset. When you're on stage, you don't know how long you're going to be up there. I looked at my video and I was posing for 10 minutes straight, holding that front pose. So don't think, okay, I'm gonna practice for 2 minutes, I'm okay. You don't know how long the judges are gonna have you on stage. So practice 10 to 15 minutes in that front pose, transitioning to the back. Where you going, girl? Wanna add something to that?
Yeah, I always say to the young ladies, keep in mind on a national level, particularly Ben Weeder, Nationals, USA's, wherever. The person that's next up is the one I'm looking at. She's done her thing. I'm looking at the next person. So if you're just standing there letting that stuff all hang out, I can't unsee it, okay? So that's why practicing your posing becomes paramount because you have to hold it over here as well. You have to be in the moment, okay? And another thing I want to add, when it comes to fit model bikini, that number's worn neutral, okay? Wear it to your stronger side. It's not on the left hip. It's always neutral, okay?
All right, so now we're gonna have Nicole on the diagonal, and this is when you're coming out and the expediter places everyone on this diagonal. They will call your number. Please remember your number, that's very important. So when they call you out, raise that hand so the judges immediately know you're coming to that box. So Nicole, you're gonna be number 1 for today. Number 1 to the front, she'll come out. When she's coming out, chest up, glutes up, core nice and tight, nice big smile. Bringing that energy to the stage so the judges know she is the one that I want to call for first call outs. As you can see, her transition is nice and smooth. Making sure the glutes stay up, the core is tight, and then she's gonna walk back to that diagonal for her individual. Very nice. Let's give her an applause, please. So she made it look super easy because she's practiced her craft. It's so important. Coming out from that diagonal, going to that box, owning that space, bringing that energy as soon as you come. And when I mentioned that, because my show there was 19 girls, everybody's going to look amazing. Posing is what's going to set you apart when you're on stage. Making sure your physique is you're presenting your best physique on stage. So I'm going to have you do that one more time for the ladies, because you all are going to come up here as well and go to that box and do the 10-second routine. Number 1 to that front. She raised that hand, nice smooth walk to the front, hitting her front pose, holding it, and then transitioning to that back, very nice and smooth, keeping those glutes up. Full hair flip. Turning back to that front and hitting that front pose. Then exiting and going back to that diagonal. And as you saw, she looked left and right. That's because you want to acknowledge all of the judges when you're on stage, and then exiting off to that sideline. And you can reset, Nicole, thank you.
Rod, can you talk about when you do your call outs, right? As the head judge, you do your call outs, the athletes acknowledge the head judge, and then they come to a spot on this straight line. Normally, guys, you're gonna have a 2-foot box. So you're gonna have to stay in that, this is your space. So if you start transitioning and you wind up out here, that tells the judge you just don't know what you're doing up there. All right? But when you're out here on this front line, okay, it's very important that you angle, if you have to, if you're on the end, angle yourself to the head judge. Rod, can you talk about that?
I think a lot of ladies make a lot of mistakes in terms of presentation. I say presentation becomes paramount when you're trying to get a pro card. The biggest thing, what makes you a pro? I say the one that looks like most like the pro would tend to be the pro, right? So when you come out and you're nervous, everyone's gonna be nervous, but you have to pose within your space. If the box is the center, right, you pose within the box. Practice within the box. Like you said, doing transitions, people wind out over here. We have to adjust you. And if you're on the end, I would definitely turn myself to make sure my stronger side is showing to the judges, okay?
So one thing I want to add to that, as he mentioned, you're going to be nervous, but channel that energy and smile. Enjoy the process, because if you're up here worrying, the judges can feel that. And so always have fun with your posing. Make it your own signature routine, because this is you on stage. You're representing yourself, your brand, and so have fun with it. So before we go into bringing you all up stage, was there any questions that you all had? Any questions? Y'all up next on the diagonal. Y'all feel ready?
So guys, you're gonna see me coming on stage and off stage. This is very informal. This is a hands-on workshop. This is for you, all right? So there are no dumb questions. This is the time to ask your questions, okay? Now, I want to let you guys know that between 3 and 4, we are going to have a panel discussion. We will have all of our guests on stage. We're going to peel back the onion a little bit and get into the mindset of this thing that we love, okay? We also have a suit maker, sponsor, in the back. Raise your hand, babe. Raise your hand, my suit sponsor. There you go, there we go. Okay? So if you have any questions regarding your suits, makeup, costume jewelry, have a conversation. Now, since there's no questions, I want all of my fit model athletes to line up right here. You're gonna grab a number. You're gonna grab a number. You're gonna place the number on your left hip. All right? And then we're gonna bring you on stage. Regina, you have anything?
Oh, y'all ready? All right, let's have y'all line up over here on the side of the stage. Grab your number, and we're gonna put you on this diagonal on the side of the stage. There we go. You can get your number.
Go around right behind the stage, ladies. Right over there.
Hey,
Yes, yes.
Hey guys, listen up. So all of my, if I have any coaches, IFBB Fit Model Pros that want to assist our athletes, provide critiques or anything, I need you on the stage to help me out, okay? We're gonna bring our athletes and place them on the diagonal line at this time.
All right, you all can start coming up on stage. Have you go to this diagonal line over here. She read it. She's like, okay. As you get into that diagonal, get into that front pose, make sure you're on the line, on the blue line. In the pink, come this way. Line up right here. Come on, you'll line up right here. Down for me, Sam. Thank you. I'm gonna squeeze you all on this line. Go ahead and get into that front pose for Fit Model, and then we'll call you all out. I have Nicole that's gonna come, and we're gonna walk around and help you.
Remember, put that number on your dominant hip, okay? Dominant hip.
The hip that is facing most forward to the judges.
Put it dominant, or it can be worn neutral. Dominant, or it can be worn neutral, which is more towards the center, okay?
All right, ladies, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to call your number out. You will come to the box. You will do your individual routine, and I will provide some feedback, and then you'll go back to the diagonal line. All right? So 93, on this side, we're going to have you come to the box, do your individual, and then we'll give you feedback. 93 to the line. Do your full routine for me. Great transitions. Back to that front. Good. Stay here for me. Stay in that front pose. You did a great job, 93. So as you see, her transitions very smooth. Her back pose, she kept her glutes up, shoulders are forward. When she came out, her chest was up and she was smiling. So these are some of the things you want to make sure you're paying attention to when you're coming out on the stage. Thank you, 93. 96. Here we're going to go into that full transition from front to back. Very nice, 96. So for here, she came out with confidence. Make sure to bring this elbow forward. Very nice. So we're creating those lines on stage. Thank you very much, 96. '92. As you can see, all of the athletes are raising their hands as they are coming out, so the judges know to immediately start looking at them. Going to that full. Very nice. As you can see here, all of the athletes making sure to keep their glutes up when they are transitioning to that back pose. This is very important. Her elbow is forward. Foot placement. Thank you, 92. Number 88. Very nice, smooth walk coming out, very confident. Full routine. Good. So number 88 came out, confident, smiling, transitions. Let's give it up for number 88. Number 97. Going straight into that front pose. Her most dominant hip towards the judges. Smooth transition towards that back. Good hand placement. Going right back into that front pose and then exiting off stage. Thank you, 97.
So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to have Regina right here, center stage. She's going to call you guys out. You're going to come out here and do your individual routine. You're going to do your individual routine. Regina will critique you from this spot right here.
Number 94. Good hand placement. Very smooth transitions from the back to the front. And exiting off. Very nice, 94. Thank you. Number 98. Hey, girl. Hey. There we go. Good, very transition into that front model pose. As you can see, she's bringing the energy to the stage, and she's also making sure to look at the judges as she's coming out. Don't be afraid to look at us. Number 81. Very nice. Thank you. Always make sure, smiling coming out, making sure that elbow is forward, okay? Number 85. Very nice. Thank you. She hit her poses, turned to the back, turned to the front, and then she exited off stage. Number 84. Let's go, Sam. Thank you. Tony, you have something you want to add? Have something you want to add?
I just want to say, I want to ask you a question, right? So when they're coming from the diagonal line, do you prefer your athletes, do you give them like a sense of timing as far as the walk, the transitions, how long they should hold the pose before they transition? Can you talk about that a little bit,
Yes,
please?
very great question. When you are coming out to that diagonal in that box, you want to hold that front pose 1,000, 1,000. That transition 1,000. When you're in that back pose 1,000. Because remember, fit model they want us to go a little bit quicker than bikini. When you turn back to that front 1,000, 1,000, and that's also because they're taking photos that's going to be on npcnewsonline.com. So you want them to have good angles of you, and you want the judges to see you. If you're going too fast, they're going to be like, what happened?
So also, right, for our new athletes, how many new athletes do we have on stage? Okay, this is to you guys, right? So the first time you come on stage, your heart is going to be freaking coming out of your chest. So you need to slow that puppy down, all right? So as soon as they call your number, then it's going to go right back up again. My suggestion, take a deep breath, soak it all in, and handle your business, all right? Because when you start walking fast, that's going to tell the judge, oh, yeah, that's a newbie. And you don't want to do that, first-time competitors. We don't want to tell the judges that we are newbies. We want to tell the judges, I'm the baddest, what? In here, okay? And handle your business, all right? So I believe we have number 91 up next.
Number 91. Good, she came out very confident, hitting her front pose, going to your back pose, full routine. Good, hold it for 1,000, good, then transition back to that front. Back to that front pose. Yeah, fit model front pose, there we go. Good, and then exit off. Thank you, 91. As he mentioned, when you come out, nice, slow, control, confidence when you come to that diagonal. Number 82. Thank you, 82. Very nice.
So Regina, so for your athletes, right, once they come to the center box, what do you tell them if they get to the center box and they just started, losing their balance, trip when they do the, not necessarily trip, but have a little more challenges when they go to their transition? What do you tell your athletes?
So when they're practicing, and I tell them, hey, number one, it should be muscle memory. That's why you should always be practicing, because under lights, camera, action, you may blink out, but your body's still going to continue to move. If you get to a point where you misplace your foot placement, keep going. Just get back in control, slow it down, then transition back to that front. Because even me, my foot placement, the judges don't know unless you make a face. So make sure you're smiling through all the way. If you mess up, they don't know until you be like, oh my goodness, I just threw my hands up. So just smile all the way through. If you misplace the foot, get back in control. Turn back around, hit that front pose. Number 86. Good transitions to the front. Great front pose. Thank you, number 86. Very nice, slow control walk to that box. She stayed within the square, so make sure you're paying attention to that. Number 100. Let's go, Joy. Good. She stayed in that box. Great transitions. Thank you, 100. And as you can see, some ladies are doing a hair flip when they go to the back. You can add that into your routine as well once you feel comfortable with the fundamentals of posing. Number 87. Awesome. Thank you, number 87. And for some of you, I know this is your first time on stage, so give yourself a round of applause because, yes, this is going to help you.
Yeah, so good point, Regina. Now, I know we have a lot of first-time competitors. So once we finish with this particular division, we have a posing room on the other side of the gym. Regina is very, very kind with her time. She's going to take those athletes that want to practice a little bit more on their craft. She's going to take them to that posing room and, guys, give you some more chances to just dial this thing in, all right? And this is the reason why you're here. Okay, Regina.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. Number 99. You got it, you got it. Good transition to that back. There we go. Thank you, 99. So one thing to remember, ladies, make sure your number is angled to the judges, okay? Number 95. Good. Thank you, 95.
Yes, so we just had everyone do the individual routines. Again, come out to the box. You have 10 seconds. It's a long 10 seconds. You're making a commercial, you're not making a movie, all right? You're gonna hit your pose, handle your business, and you're gonna move back to the diagonal line. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Rod. He's our head judge. It's time for call-outs, guys. It's time to put that work in.
Can I have number 93, number 95, 96, 99, 87, 92, number 93, could you slide to your left? Outside the box. I don't want anyone in the middle of the box, okay? Okay, ladies. Fit model, front, back, front, right? Here we go. Ladies, do a 180 and face that back curtain, please. Face the back, please. Remember hand placement, not pushing back too hard, okay? More upright. Number 99, stand up a little bit more upright, please. Thank you. Face the front. Change feet position. Change your foot position. What I'll say to anyone that's trying to do any type of competitive thing on the stage, you have to be versatile, okay? You may have a dominant side, but that depends on where you're on the stage and how comfortable you are. So why not work on both sides, okay? That way you're never caught, okay? One more time, face that back curtain, please. And face the front. You're more comfortable there. Yes. Okay, ladies, return to the diagonal, please. Return to the diagonal side you came from.
So really quick, so you'll go back to that diagonal. So for those of you that will be on the diagonal waiting until they call you out, because it can be a lot on this back leg just sitting here and you're turning, waiting to come out. To alleviate some of that pressure, you can come into this pose here just to adjust and then go right back into that front pose. Because you can, like I said, you can be up here for 10 or 12 minutes, so you just don't want to be standing here. So come up into this front pose and just hold it only when you're on the diagonal, and then come right back into that front pose. Just to alleviate some of that pressure on that back leg and that back as well.
Number 100, number 88, number 97, number 94, number 86, number 82. Number 88, shift to your left, please. And follow suit, shift down. No. Stay where you were. I don't want anyone in the middle of the box, okay? Okay, ladies, turn and face the back curtain, please. Face the front. One more time, face that back curtain, please. And face the front. Thank you, ladies. Return to the diagonal, please.
When you're up front in this front pose, if your shoulder is facing to the back, you're losing symmetry in this pose. Make sure your shoulder is facing forward here. Remember, top of the X, small waist, and then going down. If you're facing this way, this arm is facing back, you're losing all lines. We want to make sure this shoulder is pushed forward, okay?
Number 91, number 84, number 85, number 81, and number 98, please. Face the back curtain, please. Face the front. One more time. Face that back curtain, please. And face the front. Thank you, ladies. Can we have one more thing? I see a lot of things that are doing. You guys can return to our diagonal. Could you demonstrate for me, please? I want you to enter the stage, do your routine, and exit, if you would, please. Please pay attention to this part right here, ladies. Yeah, do your routine. I think it's important when we have a bunch of new athletes that you pay attention to how you enter the stage and how you exit the stage. It's just as important exiting the stages as you enter because we're going to be judging glutes. So if you let those things fall, yeah, it looks that way, okay? So my point being, stay in the moment until you're back on the diagonal. So that walk off is just as important as that walk on. Another thing, when I saw the ladies, when you let yourself come out, you're letting your core fall. If it falls, I can't unsee it, okay? Pull that thing up, navel to spine, and come do your routine, okay? And walk off the same way, okay?
So Nicole and I are going to give a demonstration of what it should look like when you come out, and then what it should not look like when you come out. So I'm going to do the correct way, and then she'll do the incorrect way, okay? Thank you, Nicole. So make sure you keep your chest up, glutes back, core nice and tight, because sometimes you're like, you let it loose, make sure it's tight at all times, and always smiling. Have fun.
Another thing about the walk-off, ladies, it's just a personal preference for me as a judge. You don't have to make eye contact with me because you're going to be looking at me walking off. And my point being, it's just a foot over our heads and just ease as you go. It should be subtle. Another thing, a lot of girls are going to make this mistake when they go into their turns, all that shoulder thing. I ask you why. Okay, why? It's not necessary. Subtleties in this thing, subtle movements that are well dressed will always make you look really good, okay? Again, Tony just brought up a good point about hands in your transition. This, that's too much.
So Nicole's going to show spinning hands in the box. Coming up, out, all around. You want to minimize that when you're doing your transitions. Thank you, Nicole. And you want to be mindful of the ladies that are next to you as well.
You know, you guys laugh, right? But we see this. This is why we bringing it up. My new athletes, raise your hand. Your goal is not to look like a freaking new athlete. So if you come out here doing all of this, you're a new athlete. All right? Practice your craft, guys. This is the reason why we're here. All right?
One more thing to add is the hair flip. It's not a pose within itself, okay, ladies? Keep it simple. Don't do too much with that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched your hair. I didn't watch you. Okay? It's the truth. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So real quick, we got 5 minutes left. We're gonna bring up the next division, but I just want to pick your brain when it comes down to when you talk about with your athletes. Do you talk to them about hair, makeup, suit color? Can you just touch on that? We're gonna come back to this a little bit later, but I just want to hear what your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so when I'm working with my athletes and I know they're getting ready to go on stage, we're going over full glam. We're picking out suit colors that complement your skin tone on stage. When it comes to makeup, you don't want to, you almost want to exaggerate because you're under lights, camera, action. The judges are down below. So working with the host team, makeup, and giving them your look. It's your show day. So tell them, hey, this is what I need to match my suit. So all that ties into your overall look for the stage. I know my color is red, so I'm not going to wear yellow on stage because that's not what's going to look best on me. So thankfully, we have an amazing sponsor back here that can go over colors with you that complements your skin tone when you're on stage, because that's very important to help you stand out as well. Yes.
Okay, ladies. Do
Oh,
you
one
guys?
more thing about makeup.
My bad.
Getting someone that is getting someone that is experienced with stage makeup is very important. Just getting a basic look is not going to do well when you're on stage. So make sure, hey, are you experienced with competition makeup for the stage? So they know they need to go heavier for you. Hey, Tony.
Can I come to center stage now?
Yes,
Thank
all yours.
Hey, look, guys, give it up for Regina and Nicole. I'm telling you guys, this is priceless information. Rod and I, we did not have this back in the day, did we, brother?
No, we did not.
We did not, man, we were posing in tanning booths. I mean, this big of a space. I mean, it was crazy, guys. So please, by all means, take advantage of today, guys. Pick these pros' brains. Our wonderful sponsors back there, see them, check them out. They have information for you. And guys, what I want to do right now, I want to have all our fit model class A. Class A, if you 5'2" and below, I want you in front right here. We're going to take this picture. All my 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'4" and under, just come forward. I want you to kneel down, guys. I want you to kneel down. Yep, kneel down, if you can. 5'6" to 5'5", behind them. Regina, I want you right here. Nicole, I want you right here. Come on up, guys. And 5'6" and above, I want you on the end. I want you on the end. Diane, Esther, can you take the bookends? Nicole, right here. Right there on the bookends. Oh, can you take it? Okay, I understand. That's perfect. Just slide over just a little bit. There we go. All right, guys, get a little bit closer. How does that look? That's good? All right, give it up, guys. Give it up for Fit Model.
Tony, I have one thing.
Yes.
I have a gift for all of you beautiful ladies at my table over here, so please come by. I have something for you all.
And ladies, please give me my numbers back. Put them in the box. Put them in the box. We're going to use them all day long, okay? Thanks again, ladies, for coming out, supporting the Viktory In Posing seminar, Fit Model Division. Next, we have bikini. How many bikini athletes out there do we have? Yes, they're bringing the wood today. All right, so we're going to take a quick couple of minutes to get set for our next division. I'm going to ask my guest, Miss Melton, to come up. And Kim, please. Yeah.
said, what? Tennessee, Texas, Rome? Yeah.
All right, guys, who's ready for some bikini? Oh my gosh. Who's ready for some bikini? Oh, okay. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, guys. So our next guest, IFBB Pro Bikini. She's one of our local bikini pros. This young lady, very, very talented. Very talented. She came out last year. This is 26, yeah, 25, 24. I saw her on stage and I was like, holy crap. Who is this person? Give it up for China Melton, guys.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Now, last year you helped us out, correct? And you were prepping, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. She was in prep mode. So you can imagine what was going on. All right, and I just leave it at that. All right?
Thank you.
Now, can you just share with everyone here, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am here in the DMV area. I've been here for about 7 years now. I started competing about 2024, kind of like miraculously fell into my lap. I have been working out for years, and then someone came up to me and was like, hey, I think you'd be really good at this. So I took a look, followed along, and then I got hooked. So I started competing 2024. Same year, I got my pro card. DC Pro was actually where I got my first overall. Got my pro card at NPC Universe, and I've been competing as a pro ever since. This year, or this past year, I got second place at the DC Pro, so I went back to DC, like a full circle moment for me. Back and compete as a pro and got second place, so that was very amazing feeling. But yeah, I mean, competing has really transformed me as a person, impacted my life. So all I really want to do now is to be able to share that and give it back to everyone.
I love that. I love that.
I'm
Give it
learning.
up, guys. Look,
So
you know, Victoria and I, we go around and we ask for certain people to come and support. Am I on live? No, just kidding. We go around and we ask for certain IFBB pros to come here and to give back. Because if you don't have that mentality, it's going to show. You can tell when someone is passionate about what they do. This next gentleman I want to bring, I need for him to be on stage. And the reason being is because he is very passionate. And I see him throughout the competition season, year after year after year, just giving back to this sport that we all love. Give it up for Kim Otto, guys. Hey, Ron.
Thank you guys very much. Trust me, I am blessed to be a part of this. Tony and them have done an amazing job. And this really, this is the important, this is the nuts and bolts of getting you ready for your prep season. This is where the work begins. And I love this part of it because we get to share with you guys experience and knowledge and to help you guys reach the best plateau that you can be on stage. Because things to always remember, you only have control over what you bring up here. You do not have control over what the panel of judges do. You do not have control over other athletes. You only have control over what you bring up here. So the information that they provide you with to help be your best, your prep from your coaches and whether it's your posing coaches or your trainers, bringing your A game and bringing the best of what you can bring, enjoy the experience, and get up here and kick some serious butt, and then walk off that stage enjoying yourself. And I promise you, you're going to have an amazing time. The NPC and the IFBB Pro League is the best out there.
Yes,
Period.
yes, yes, yes,
End
yes.
of story. So let's get after it this weekend. Let's have some fun. Let's share some knowledge. Let's rock this stage.
All right, guys, so what we're going to do now, right, I'm going to turn it back over to China. I'm going to let her just peel back the onion a little bit and share with you some lessons learned. And then we're going to bring up Rod, my right hand today, bring up the athletes, talk about the criteria, take you through your front, back, front poses, and then do comparisons. Does that sound like a plan? Are we good with that? All right, go ahead, China.
I know we have a lot of first-timers, first time ever hitting the poses. You know that this is what you want to do. What I like to keep in mind is like, now this is what you're working out for. This is your presentation. It's a full package, right? So while you're hitting those poses, you want to make sure that you're accentuating all of the positions and all the parts of your body that you really want the judges to see that meet criteria, the parts that you've been really putting in that work. A lot of the times what I do is I stand in front of the mirror and I'll hold those poses. So there's two that are really important, of course. The front pose and the back pose are the ones that the judges are judging on. So you want to make sure you're holding those poses. At some points, you know, they'll have you hold them a little bit longer. Actually met last year too at this same event, so this is another full circle moment. I love that. So as you're hitting your front poses, you want to make sure you're accentuating the parts of your body that the judges are looking at. Your glutes, you want to see round shoulders and delts, and you want to make sure that you have this X frame, right? So you want to have that hourglass shape presented to the judges. As you're facing the judges from whatever point on the stage. So I think it's really important to note that wherever you're standing, you always want to make sure you're having that X frame and hourglass shape directed towards the head judge. So as she's holding her front pose, you can see that X from here in her shoulders, which are facing forward. I have to remember to hold this in my face, so let me know if you can't hear me. You see her waist is like that hourglass, so the middle of the hourglass is set here, and then her hips, they aren't exactly squared to the front, they're kind of off center. So again, at that 2 o'clock, a lot of similarities between some of the front poses in the fit model and the same in the back poses for bikini. So as she transitions, so if you can transition, we're going into the second floor, right? And she's slow and controlled, she's very poised and elegant, you want to keep that in mind too. She's not pushing too much into her glutes to make them flat. If you push too hard into your glutes, it'll give that flattening look. You want to make sure you see those tie-ins, those hamstrings. Someone to kind of have a second eye on you would help out a lot too when you're hitting your back pose. You also want to keep in mind, again, that X frame and that small waist. So as she's pushing her glutes, she has that deep arch in her lower back. It's kind of like a pelvic tilt forward. So if you see her from the side, she'll kind of look like this versus this or just up and down. She has a slight tilt.